Yeah, how you doing, YouTube? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today, we are going to be doing a Smite Season 8 starter item tier list. It's just going to be the starter item, so none of the upgrades. Doesn't matter how good the upgrade is. It's only based on how good the starter item is, and that's going to be the video. So S+ is going to be the best. I'll probably put like one or two in here, maybe a third one, depending. S is going to be good ones. Feel free to build them. A+ is, you can build them too, but they're not as good. A is, feel free to build them. Also still not very good though. And then B is, probably don't build them. They're not very good. C is trash. I don't think any of them are trash though. So none of them are going to go in C. For the first one, Sentinels. Sentinels is 500 gold. And I think that is part of the reason that I would want to put it higher. I think I'm actually going to put it in S+ just because of how cheap it is and how much it actually does. This item gives you so much gold and protections and health, all while being the cheapest starter item. So I think it is one of the best starter items you can get. This Tainted Steel one, it's just a little too underwhelming, I think. It's not terrible, but it's too hard to build. And I don't know if you ever want to build it. Maybe one game you think it's actually in a decent spot. Maybe you think you can get away with it. But it's 750 gold for this item. 750 gold for 10 physical power, 15 magical power, 15 prots of each, and then reducing healing by 20% for 6 seconds. Like, it's really not that good. I'm going to put it in A because maybe in a solo lane matchup where you're playing against a healer, you'd want to build it. Maybe Death Toll becomes super strong and you want to build anti-hail against it. I don't know, but I'm putting it in A. Death Toll. I think Death Toll is pretty average. Kind of like a more of a lane dominant one with mediocre late game. I think the problem is it's mostly, actually maybe I lower it because I think it's just overshadowed a little bit too much as a solo lane item and as an ADC item. It doesn't do enough. It's not terrible, but it's like, kind of like the same problem. Like, why build it? It's not bad, but it's not great. Sands. Okay, I don't know why it's all the bad items to start, but Sands is just another one that it's just like, why kind of buy it? And I feel like it's not that terrible. It's really not that terrible of an item. But you know what you have to do is you have to skip Conduit if you're going to do it. You also have to put 800 gold towards it for 30 magical power, 5 MP5, and then cooldown reduction. That's all you're getting. All you're getting from this item. Pretty underwhelming. I'm going to throw it in A. Mannequins. Mannequins is just a little too strong, man. It's giving you physical prots, extra physical or a basic attack damage, and then it's giving you 3 flat reduction. All while also having this auto thing that makes your autos do extra damage and burning and reducing attack speed. Junglers who buy this item are impossible to fight. If you don't have this item and they do, you lose the 1v1. Same with solo laners. If they have this item and you don't, for the most part, you're going to lose that lane. It's just so hard to fight against. It's not horrible to buy. It's not like too expensive or anything like these 3 items are. Yeah, Mannequins feels pretty good. Benevolence. I think Benevolence has got a little underrated at the beginning, and I think it's really not that bad. You get an actual good amount of gold and a good amount of XP from buying this item. The problem is its level 1 is so bad because the raw stats are terrible. It's also a little more expensive, but it's really not that bad to go into. You're just going to get free farm on it, and it kind of makes it so if you have problems farming, this item will make up for it a little bit. If you're not splitting enough, this item will help you with that. However, it's not like Sentinels great. Like, Sentinels is just overall always going to be good. Benevolence is going to have a weak laning phase. Bluestone. Last time I put this one too low, and I guess I gotta say it was too low last time. I think it's an A+ item. I really don't see the strength in it. It feels when you build it that you don't clear the wave that much better, and you also are now super squishy. So I don't think it's great, but I've been told by a bunch of solo laners it's good. So it's good. So I guess you have to build it. Oh, well, let's do this because that's the actual item on it. There, Death Toll. The Cowl. I think this item is very, very strong. I've seen now, I think it's Panda Cat and Zap and Zen in my Zen are all building it, and they all seem to be favoring it more than the other ones. It's kind of like the more aggressive version of hunter items, and it's unlike Gilded Arrow. It's not something you really can't fight with. Gilded Arrow, you can fight with Leather Cowl. It gives you 15 power, 10% physical lifesteal, 5% attack speed, and 10% attack speed when you're near an ally, and 5% movement speed when you have nobody near you. It's just like, it's good. It's good. It's not like great or anything, but it allows you to fight early. Yeah, I don't know. It builds into a one really good item. I can't remember what it is, which one it is, but the one that gives you attack speed in an aura around you is super sick. Its stats are also super good, but I think it's just not great. It's not Sentinels tier by itself. The arrow. The arrow's okay. You're kind of just farming whenever you build it. Don't expect to win 1v1s until the late game. It's like a more of a Jing item because you're just kind of farming for late game and you're not really looking to fight. It's just all you're focusing on is farming and getting to late game with this item. If you can do that, it's a fine item for you. Its stats are 15 basic attack damage, 50 health, and 7 MP5. And then you just get gold and attack speed whenever you kill a marked enemy. I mean, it's good if you're looking to just farm, get to the late game. This is the item for you. Otherwise, if you're going to have any sort of fight, the cowl is a little bit better. Okay, and now I will admit, this is the one item that I do not know too much about. I feel like its stats are pretty mediocre, but I've seen a lot of hunters now starting to build it, so I must be wrong, but I feel like it's giving you 10 power, 10 physical power, 15 HP5, and 15% attack speed, which does not feel that strong. I think maybe its upgrades are so good and that's why they're building it, but I think just the item for what it is not very good. So I'm going to put it in A tier. Boombas Dagger. Boombas Dagger is giving you 50 health, 50 mana, and it's basically just helping you clear camps, but it's very inexpensive. And for that, I'm going to put it in A+ tier. This is basically the item that allows you to sustain through the game and just get to the part where you can build your Boombas hammer, I think it is. But the stats on this item are pretty bad. It's literally just a jungle item that helps you clear camps. That's its entire purpose. But it is cheap. So if you're jungling, it's a good item to go. Conduit Gem. Probably the only other S+ tier item. Absolutely insane item. This item makes late game gods early game just because of how much damage it adds to your kit. It gives you 15 MP5 also, which is insane. It's basically more than Sands of Time is for most of the time unless you're getting really low on your mana. It's also giving you that burst that Soulstone used to give you. It is 30 magical power, 15 MP5, and it deals an additional 2 true damage, and it stacks up to 20 times. Insane. True damage. So it makes your clear just super strong. And then its upgrades are also insane. But we're not talking about upgrades, just the base. But still, the base is just so good. It's so cheap. It's cheaper than this item is. Sands of Time is. And it's better. Warrior's Axe. Warrior's Axe is insane. It builds into sick items. It's a sick item itself. Removing the flat reduction will hurt it a little bit, but it's still got so much physical procs, so much magical procs. It gives you health, and then it gives you that old Warrior's Axe, Warrior's Blessing heal, and true damage. So it's just so good. And then late game, once you upgrade it, it's going to be sick also. Warding Sigil. I feel like with its change, I think it'll be an S tier starter item. The problem is right now it's not that great. It's too limited by having to play against magical solo laners. But I do think when it gets that physical protection, I think it will be a viable answer to ability-based mages and spammy solo laners. Apparently it's very good into Arthur. I don't know for sure, but apparently it is. And it upgrades into two sick items. War Flag. I want to put it in B tier. I hate War Flag. I hate when people build War Flag. I hate when people ask me, is War Flag good? Or what do you think about War Flag here? Or what do you think about my War Flag build? But other supports have been building it, so I guess I kind of got to give it a little bit. You fall so far behind when you build this item. So far behind. It's insane. The base stats, 10 physical power, 20 magical power, 100 health, 10 MP5, and you get 6 health, 6 mana when a minion dies within 55 units of you, and it gives 1% movement speed, 2% attack speed, and can stack up to 10 times. So the passive is actually pretty good. The problem is this is supposed to be a support item that gives you no gold spooling, so you're just going to fall behind. If you think you can snowball the game, go for it, I guess. I'm not saying I'm saying never build War Flag. I'm actually saying that. I think it's a bad item. In my opinion, I would never build it. But if you think you can get away with it and you're winning with it, who am I to say that you shouldn't build it if you're winning with it? So, and then Vamp Shroud, the last one. I think it's an okay item. The problem is it's so expensive. It's 850 gold. It gives you no MP5. It gives you 15 power, 15 physical protection, 75 health, and 5% lifesteal. And then it restores 6 health, 6 mana when you damage an enemy with you damage an enemy with the ability. You're gonna have mana problems with it, but it will make you tanky. I think the weirdest thing about it is most gods who would build this don't build it because its upgrades are so bad, and it's just kind of, why not build Conduit Gem? And I think that's the biggest drawback on Vamp Shroud is just why aren't you building Conduit Gem? And that's kind of the biggest drawback with Sands too, but I think Vamp Shroud has some solo viability. That is the Smite Season 8 starter item tier list. Let me know what you guys think. These are the 16 starter items. If you guys like the video, please leave a like. If you guys still aren't subscribed, please subscribe. I love creating YouTube content, and the more subscribers, the more people I can share my knowledge with. Yeah, if you guys like the tier list, if you think I put something too high, put it too low, leave a comment. Let me know. Call me an idiot. Whatever you got to do. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. That is the video, and we'll see you next time. Peace.